Hi there. My name is Colleen Prue, and welcome to my presentation for integrating social media into the learning process. I am going to highlight what social media is, how social media can support learners, what the learning process will look like using social media, and the learner's final result with social media as part of their journey. Let's begin. In 2019, social media is any networking platform used to collaborate, learn, share, and much more. Across social media platforms, sites, or apps, there are many ways in which learners can use social media to learn more. One example is Blogger, which I'll detail later, that gives learners the opportunity to document progress, reflect in writing and photos, or comment on peers' blogs. Social media in the learning environment may also look like learning accounts on Instagram. Some pages like Cheryl teaching 2 and 3-year-olds are very useful and have applicable information. Social media is an opportunity for collaborated learning and individual branding. In the future, I hope to be an ecotherapist. My role will be supporting learners in building a connection with the natural environment so that learners can foster the similar connection in all environments life leads us to with those skills that fit their unique learning style. My learners in ecotherapy will be supported by social media, being able to create, discover, change, and reflect upon their own positive brand. With a growth mindset, social media is one of many tools offers opportunities for growth. According to neuropsychologist Tom Boyd in Susie Boss's article, it's kind of like creating a brand. It's saying, this is who I am. This is a way of presenting who you are. And I believe learners will not just be supported, but propelled in today's technological society by having a positive brand. I'd like to share some statistics with you about social media and learning environments before going further. 75% of 7th graders, of 7th through 12th graders have at least one social media profile. There was a 63% increase in the amount of time kids ages 2 to 11 spent online between the years 2004 to 2009. 96% of the students with internet access reported using social media technologies. 59% of the students who use social media talk about educating others through the internet, and 50% of those who talk about education topics online are specifically talking about their schoolwork. Lastly, 20% of schools have an online community for teachers, which is great for educators like us. So what will these statistics in your learning environment look like? Moving forward, you may be wondering what social media looks like integrated throughout the learning process, and I would first like to point out how important it is to be introduced to the risks early on. When using social media, learners are vulnerable to inappropriate or unrelated content, which can hinder the learning process through distractions and procrastination. When looking at risks, License to Learn license points out, as remarkable as these tools are, the outside world sees a dark side to increase access. So I offer social media as another tool for building connections. From the 2013 article, Holland suggests enhancing learner communication by modeling appropriate social behaviors. In my ecotherapy environment, I can offer apps and social media tools that integrate technology positively for my patient. For example, I may offer blogging about their nature sit spot and reflecting on what they have learned over time. In addition, the learning process may look like videos, instant messaging, photography, or written collaborative accounts to enhance learners' ability to connect and build meaning relationships through social media. As we think about how social media will influence the learner, I take an optimistic perspective on the potential of each individual to discover their own brand and be aware of the risks social media has. From Wheaton Cook and McVeigh's article, Underage Children and Social Networking, suggestions for an essential set of skills to apply when entering and navigating such social networking sites, extending beyond just an awareness of the potential dangers, is critical. And I believe our role as educators is to support students in discovering their unique skill set that fills the toolbox for growth. As a future ecotherapist, I find value in supporting learners gaining 21st century skills like the ability to collaborate, communicate, create, and think critically. Furthermore, all of these skills helps the learner build their brand credibility and teaches the individual learning management skills throughout the process. I am excited and passionate about taking on the challenge of integrating social media into the ecotherapy learning environment because I believe there is so much value in understanding lifelong learning and how it fosters growth. In relation to ecotherapy, I would like to share the article Wild Public Networks and Effective Movements in China, Environmental Activism, Social Media, and Protests in Maoming that explains the growing, shifting, and messy relationships that crisscross through screens and streets. As an ecotherapist, I see how the framework of Wild Public Networks emphasizes values with these social media campaigns as an example of growth and progress. I can support learners in understanding how relationships work by building connections between nature, social media, and the individual's values. If you are still wondering why or how to integrate social media into ecotherapy or other learning environments, I offer this artifact from a classroom blogger in ecotherapy. The blog, Grow Your Own, documents farm processes, plants, facts, photos, reflections, and more over 10 years from 2008 to 2018. I'd like to emphasize how social media is in the learning process as a broad application of writing assignments, as the blog shows the variety in writing style that allows the learner to disconnect from society while they write and reconnect by blogging and sharing. Furthermore, private blogs can offer enhanced collaboration and global learning, which you can learn more from selecting collaboration in the Ideas tab on this website. The final result of Grow Your Own blog posts is the timeline of progress that the learner can look back and reflect upon. This can help the learner set new goals and build additional media connections if necessary, or understand that detaching is okay too. I highlighted some important aspects on the screen with the green arrows where you can create your own blog, sign in, the many options and diversity that you can include in your blog, and the platform, Blogger. In conclusion, the result of social media integrated into the learning process and in my future ecotherapy environment depends on the learner. My role as an educator and ecotherapist is to support students in the integration of technology and social media by helping them discover the skills gained that are applicable to their lives in particular. I show a screenshot from a portfolio that I have created as a learning tool in a previous course. I gained functional technology skills by creating this portfolio. I was able to be creative throughout the learning process and felt proud of my portfolio when my portfolio was completed. I find that when people think about their values, social media is a place to share those values through a positive brand of oneself and connect with others who share similar brands, like I did in my digital portfolio. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great night.